What's going on, my PT peeps? Mark and that family of my fighters. I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. I don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Tales of the Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 1, Joe and Evie. And did you like the episode? Review, recap, breakdown. We're going to discuss it. So again, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the episode yet. First and foremost, it's awesome to see the Walking Dead universe. Love Terry Crews. Olivia Munn's okay. I think she does good in this episode. But it's a lot of stuff that's kind of movie and TV show tropes. And if you don't know that you could watch it on Thursday, which was yesterday, on AMC Plus. If you had AMC Plus, it's up there. This Sunday, episode 2 will be on AMC Plus, and episode 1 will air on this Sunday. So we meet Joe. He's a prepper living in a bunker with his dog, Gilligan. He calls the dog Gilly. And he was a former Ohio State football player, and he's watching videos. It reminds me a lot of I Am Legend. The dog, he's watching tapes. It just reminds me a lot about that. Terry Crews does a great job. And spoiler alert, like I said, both Evie and Joe survive. So could we see them again in a second season somehow, some way? So basically, like I said, Evie and Joe are the survivors in this episode. And there's another lady, Sandy, that after Gilligan gets killed, which is pretty stupid, by the way, you know, it's just Joe does dumb things and stupid things happen. He doesn't meet Evie until he decides to leave his bunker and go meet Sandy, who he met online, never met in real life. And you got to be careful who you meet online. Trust no one. No, I'm just kidding. Be careful who you trust. But Joe is driving his motorcycle, electric motorbike, and sidecar, and he runs over some nails, gets out, gets caught in this net, and this is where Evie comes by chance. So the episode is 47 minutes long without commercials, or it's like 46 minutes long, and Evie and Joe are a nice addition to the Walking Dead universe. That being said, I want more of the story, and I think they did a great job of having a 46-minute long episode, and they covered a lot of different stuff. It's like the quick and dirty Walking Dead, is what I have to say. And so, like I said, Joe is in a bunker. His dog Gilligan pees the bed. They go outside. Walkers come around. Gilligan attacks the walkers, gets bit. Reminds me a lot of I Am Legend in multiple cases. A dog, lone survivor. The dog dies. Just the story changes after that happens. But Evie made this contraption or netting that Joe gets caught in. Joe has a knife, this small little knife. Joe was like a prepper, but he really wasn't smart. Like, he should have more and more weapons, more and more just better capabilities. And he does a lot of dumb things in this episode, which should have been avoided. Like, if you had better traps at your place, Joe, Gilly would still be alive. But then the episode would have to take longer. And again, it's expedited, so I understand why they're doing it. I'm not hating the episode by any means, but Joe keeps making dumb mistakes in the episode. It's like, come on, right? So Evie is like a hippie. She's a vegan. She's a person who makes organic food, and she's all about weed and marijuana. And they're basically polar opposites. The universe draws these two together for a journey, for a voyage. And I could be wrong, but I believe it starts in Ohio. And every time they showed Ohio, like Springfield or Lima or this or that, I'm like, why didn't they run into the Commonwealth? Where's the Commonwealth? What's going on with that? But they don't. They go from Ohio to Michigan, I believe. And when we get to the spot that's kind of like Terminus, that doesn't fit if that's around Ohio, Michigan, because Terminus was in Georgia. But it's definitely the same filming location, but overall it's tough to watch a filming location here and not be the same location because it was filmed in Georgia. So Joe and Evie are on a journey. Evie was going to take the bike, but Joe said there's a kill switch and he's the only one who knows how to use it. But Evie has a gun that's actually unloaded that we find out later. Evie makes Joe wear handcuffs basically the entire time until she trusts them. And that's what it's kind of like. Polar opposites. They have to trust each other. Walkers come around. Joe kills a bunch of walkers and Evie knows capoeira and she takes out walkers, which is a martial art. And we see that this walker had his heart ripped out. And when Evie kills walkers, or toe tags, she calls them, she says, a thing that she says over and over again. And then they stop in a place that is basically Terminus. I believe it's the same filming location. But again, the spot doesn't fit. So let me know in the comments. Is it Terminus? Is it not? Is it just a filming location? Because I'm pretty sure it's the same filming location. And a lot of people are like, hey, I can't believe it's Terminus before Gareth and our group. But I just don't see that. It doesn't fit. But either way, Joe finds some alcohol. They trust each other. And Joe has some powder for orange juice. And then someone steals the bike. So they have to start walking. And Joe turns on the bike. So the kill switch doesn't have to worry about it. And Evie calls him away. So the bike is running and running and running. And then a guy comes and steals the bike, but gives them a lamb. So he trades them that. Joe takes the gun, tries to fire it. No bullets. So they lost the bike. So they're walking and they're walking and they're walking and everything's in the bike. And Evie finds out about Sandy and what Joe was doing when they bond and everything before the bike gets stolen. But Joe walks off on his own, and Evie does her thing where she finds or is trying to find her ex-husband or husband if they're legally married still. And there's all the thing about paintings, and he hate paints, and she's looking for a portrait, and she finds her portrait, but it's not painted in a bad way, so he still loved her, I guess was the big thing. We don't actually see her ex-husband or husband, we just see the paintings. And Joe finds this walker with a pole in his chest, still alive somehow, and then he gets in the fence, and actually he's going to be surrounded by walkers, there's cameras, and he gets allowed into the bunker. He falls, kind of hurts his ankle, goes down the steps, and he meets a woman that's standing there. And at first, I'm like, is that Jessie? I don't have a picture of her alive, but I'll show you in a little bit, but she looks like Jessie. And I'm like, it's not her, but the actress does. And they talk and they bond and it's great. And he's offered a brownie. And it's a pot brownie, a hash brownie. And then he starts kind of going in and out of it. And then this lady's nuts. Joe gets his wrist restrained by Sandy. And then she comes out with a knife. He defends himself, kind of gets away. But then she ties him to a pole in another room. Evie comes and figures things out. She knows about the pot brownies and stuff in there. She attacks Sandy because she knows capoeira. And Joe grabs the knife and throws it and whoosh, stabs her in the chest, killing her. But then she comes back as a walker because it didn't kill the brain. Joe, Evie, and the lamb that was traded for the bike escape in the bunker. The latches come down and cut the arm of zombie Sandy. And he's high in this picture, Joe. And he starts giggling and laughing. Why am I so hungry? So the next morning, Joe kills walkers in the bridge. Evie's there by herself, worried if he left or not. Joe comes back, said nature calls, and because he took a piss, or one number 2, and then they walk away. And that's the episode. They both live. So will we see them again? It's a pretty good episode, and it's just one of those things where, Joe, why did you let your bike get taken away? Just turn it off. And why didn't you put in better protective measures? Gilly would still be alive, the dog. And it's just little things like that are like, come on. But it expedites the story. I can see why they did it. But overall, it's a solid episode. And I'm glad Joe and Evie are very much alive at the end of the episode. So will we see them again? I hope so. But will we see this guy anytime soon? We'll see him in 2023. The Rick and Michonne show. Hopefully they'll start filming later this year. But let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Did you watch the episode already? Or are you going to watch it this Sunday on AMC? Either way, stay safe. Thank you guys. And tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.